Okay guys, this is long overdue. My name's Manny, aka Circuit Climber. That is my game tag on PlayStation Network, and spelled slightly different on Xbox. So anyway, I like to modify controllers, as you can see in the background. It's more of a hobby and a collection kind of thing, and I've modified so far pretty much everything I could think of. So today, this is my first video, by the way, so it's going to be a little sketchy. I don't have it scripted out, anything like that. So the first thing I want to show everybody, because there's a limited supply right now on eBay, this guy sells anti-friction rings, and they're the Scuf brand, and they're extremely well designed. The plastic is really smooth, and it's durable, and they're precision cut, so they fit perfectly. And what we're going to be putting it on today is a PlayStation 5 controller. Now, you'll say, well, there's already anti-friction rings made for the PS5 controller. Yes, there are. But there's two main differences. One, this is one that I had already installed, the Scuf anti-friction rings. First of all, you can see they are wider, and so, or thicker, however you want to, whatever. So you can see it a whole lot better. But also, the main difference is they're a whole lot more smooth because there's more surface area contacting the actual thumbstick itself. And what happens with the original PlayStation anti-friction rings, I won't even call them anti-friction rings. Let's call those friction rings, because there's a certain amount of friction. These Scuf ones, they make it extremely smooth. So you know, it's just so smooth to move your thumbsticks around, and it helps with aiming and just moving around. It feels just a whole lot more fluid. Now, you have to do some modification for this, and that's what the video is going to be about. First of all, these are a little bigger, so I'm going to put a link of the description, a description and a link down below of the Scuf. I think it's the Vantage. I want to say it's the Scuf Vantage, which is an Xbox controller. Or Prestige, my bad. I think it's the Prestige. I'm going to put the link down there so it'll link you right to it. It's the Scuf Prestige anti-friction rings. The reason I'm picking these is because the splines that are on the bottom of the anti-friction rings actually are the exact same pattern and fit directly into the shell of the PS5 controller. The difference is the hole on the two holes on the face trim are a little too small. So what I did was, now I have a drill. This is actually an impact, so if you have a drill, it would actually work even better. And I got this bit right here, and I'm gonna put another link for that off of Amazon down in the description. And as you can see, it's like cone, and what this will do is slowly I'm going to bore the holes and check as I go, little by little. Bore it just a little bit, check it with the ring that I have. Bore it just a little bit, check it with the ring I have, until the ring snugly fits in there, and then you know that it's gonna fit on there, and then you're gonna repeat that for the second hole. So let's get this started. Anyway, this is a separate thing. Well, I'm not gonna take it off, but anyway, the bit itself is just this piece, and if you have a drill, that it'll work perfect with it. Because I do have an impact driver, it has the hexagon pattern, so I had to buy this adapter for that, which I'll put down a link down there for that as well, just in case this is all you have is an impact drill and not like just a regular drill. I'll put that down in there, because what this is a little drill adapter so you can put drill bits on it that are just round, you know, that just have the standard round drill bit. Anyway, so I think you should already get the idea of how this is going to work. It's very easy, you know. It doesn't take any rocket scientist or anybody with major experience to do this. If you mess it up, if the worst that you'd have to do is buy another faceplate, which are like $10, if you want to go back to the old ones. But once you have this, if you decide to do it, you're never going to go back. 100% guarantee that. So I have an old shell here from one of these controllers, and so I'm going to demonstrate it on this. So first you want to do is take off the faceplate trim. As you see, I can get my fingernail in between there and that and kind of pull those back, and I have one of these tools which I would highly recommend for it, and it's just a plastic wedge tool. It helps not scratch your plastic and also to pry these out because they are clipped in, and you want to try to maintain most of the clips in there. I will say, don't be scared that a couple of them, especially the ones right here and here that are inside there, they tend to break off, especially if you try to yank it like sometimes I do, but you can save all of them. But like I said, the main ones you really want to worry about for sure are the clips that are on the ends, because they hold the ends in. The clips up here, when they break off, they don't really matter too much because these points wedge in under the controller and hold it securely in there. So it's not a huge deal if they break off. Anyway, going to pry this, slide down there, do the same on this side. Now, you know how that just pulled off like that? Normally, when the controller is whole and there's a touchpad here and everything, it'll just come up like that because there'll be some pressure on it. And you just do that. Do not try to bend it up, just as it's there, and then pull forward, you know? So you're gonna pop it up and it's gonna be about like that. And then you're gonna tilt it up and pull it, you know, carefully forward over the thumbsticks. And boom, you got your faceplate. Now, this one already has this still has the rings installed, and these are the original Sony rings, okay? The ones that actually came with the controller. So, if you're doing this, you can just, with the thumbsticks in there, it's a little harder, and usually what I'll do is I'll take like a pick or something like that, or again, I like to use my fingernails a lot, and you can just manage to get these out of the holes. This isn't the best demonstration since there aren't the thumbsticks there or anything, but you can use anything to get those out. You might just need something with a sharp point on it, and just get those out, and you'll be left with the shell, the controller, not the shell, the controller, and the splines. And this is what I was talking about with the spline lineup is the same. See the spline, all those are your splines. And so, let me find them real quick. Oh yeah. Little baggie here. I have a whole bunch of parts and pieces in a drawer that I keep underneath my bed. Now, I'm going to show you a direct comparison with a set of orange Scuf anti-friction rings versus the ones they sell for the DualSense controller side by side, so you get a better idea. And you'll really just see the difference whenever you actually have it installed in your controller, because it's really hard to see the difference here. But so this is the original one, And the original ones, they come to a point in there and they end up carving a groove in the stick, in the sides of the stick of your thumbstick eventually, you know, and you'll see a whole lot more plastic shavings and, you know, plastic powder that, you know, that's the plastic withering away. And that's what the original ones do to it. These are the Scuf ones, and it's hard to tell the difference until you see them in person, but there's a whole lot more area in there that is flat to contact the thumbstick. So this is your Scuf. This is the ones they sell for the original. And here's the Scuf one, and as you can see, lines right up in the splines. Clips right in there. And what you're going to see is that hole does not match the size of this ring. That's the only difference. And see, you can just can't, it doesn't go in there, and it needs to be just big enough to fit those in. So I take this and I hold it securely, kind of like that, so it's all secure on all sides. And I go in, because you can't really go in from the back because it's just, there's, all this is in the way of the bit. So you have to go in through the front, and you just slowly work it, little at a time. And you're gonna wanna rotate this like 180 degrees. Because even though this is relatively round, there's one side that's more favored on it. So it will grind just slightly uneven. So if you rotate it, maybe even 90 degrees, like 4 different ways, as you're doing it and checking it. Now I've done this a bunch of times, so I'm not checking it as much as I would recommend you for your first time. But it's a little bigger now, so I'm gonna take the ring and I'm gonna check it. Nope, doesn't fit in there. I knew it wasn't, but you have to just keep doing that. And you'll see on there, it's gonna be hard to see on camera, but you'll see this little, there's the lip of the actual ring, and then there's another part of the shell that you can see, like kind of like another lip, and that's what you're gonna kind of go by to see if you're grinding it even. And if you see it grinding a little more on one side, you're gonna swap it over to the other and grind it more that way, because you want it as dead center and as snug as you can get it. And I used to get him in there when I first started doing this. I'd get him in there to where you could barely get it in there. But after doing a few sets and having just a learning curve and figuring that just having a little, and I'm talking about a hair worth of play, is actually better for it. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Keep checking. Still not there. And also, as you're going along with it, you're gonna want to take something to clean inside, because you're gonna get pieces of plastic that stay in there that you're gonna want to keep breaking off. Just clean it as you go. Keep checking it. It needs just a little bit more. Just about there. right, see, it just now snugly fits in there. Now once it does snugly fit in there, you know, it'll pop through. And, you know, just clean up all the little burrs that occur. And I do one pass after I get it to the width that I want through the back, but be careful of how the drill sits, and you kind of have to go into it a little cockeyed too, and that just kind of helps clean up some of the burrs that you can't get to as well, because you want these to look good as well. You don't want to have any plastic remnants left over, or you know, little like hangnail kind of things, hang plastic. I don't know what you'd call it. Little plastic burrs. You don't want them left over. So once you got the hole nice and clean, and like I said, I'm just using my fingernails and my finger. And I do a couple fast, you know, those real fast zips towards the end really help to clean it up good. So that's good. That's the left one. That's all I'm going to do for this tutorial, is just this one side, because you get the idea, and you just repeat for the other side. So that's the left one. Put the Scuf one in there. When you have this controller, you're going to have to, with the touchpad and everything put together, you're going to put these under and kind of wedge them in there a little bit at as much of an angle as you can, not down like this, but as much like this way as possible. And then, as you can see, she fits perfect. And that is how you upgrade. And so I'm going to put all the links, like I said, in the description, but also you can use the Xbox Elite Series 2 rings as well. They're like the same exact size, the ones I'm going to put in the link as well. So any of those will work. The Elite Series, I think even the Series 1 and Series 2 both have the same one. And I want to say that like the Xbox One controllers with the Scuf rings, I mean not Scuf rings, with the anti-friction rings, but I haven't tried those, but I think that they take the same one as well. But let's just stick with the ones that I'm going to put in the description. And like I said, if you like this, please like the video. It's my first one. I know it's super, it's very elementary, but I really just want to get this information out there while this guy still has these available, because it's a great upgrade to do. It's relatively cheap, and you know, there's definitely some performance to it, and it looks a lot better too. So, you know, I'll show you just a couple before the video's ending. So that's a black one with the orange ones. As you can see, as I've showed you, he has them in 3 different colors. He has pink, orange, and black. Those are the pink ones. Really smooth. And then these are just a set of the black ones. Really smooth. And these thumbsticks are aftermarket as well. If you don't know about the brand called Extreme Rate, it's an amazing brand. It's spelled just like it is, sounds, and it's one word, Extreme Rate. And I guess I'll put a link down there for them too. They have a bunch of accessories, new shells, the back button kits, the quick triggers, you know, and super quick triggers. But anyway, that's on a different video, and when I have a little more time. Again, please like the video. I will be making them more often and more in detail, and definitely will be doing some editing with the other ones. But this one, like I said, I just want to get the information out there. He has 1,500 or a little less than 1,500 sets available, and they are the Scuf brand, So they're high quality, precision cut, an awesome material, and they look great. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you decide to do this because I think you'd really like it. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day.